Shalom, shalom, Yasha Allah. This is Aitanaya coming to you with another lesson, okay? And, first and foremost, I want to start by saying, Kal halayim la Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha Chadash, Tawali Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and shalom to the elect, the hopeful elect, and the brothers out there preaching the truth and sincerity, okay? And double honors to the apostles and great millstones who I learned this truth from, okay? But this lesson today is going to be in regards to, so you think the God of the Bible loves everybody? You think the God of the Bible loves everyone? Okay. Well, the answer is no. All right. And we have the scriptures and precepts to back that up. All right. The first precept I wanted to bring out was Romans 9:13. Okay, that shows that the Lord does hate. Okay, He has specific people that He does. That He has that hatred towards. Okay, Romans 9:13. It says, "As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there any unrighteousness with God? God forbid." Okay, so the Lord is telling you, as it is written, meaning what? It was written aforetime before this was mentioned. Okay, that He said, and He told the children of Israel that He hated Esau. Okay, He put by Esau and He chose Jacob. Let's grab that. Malachi 1:1. The burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. "I have loved you, saith Yahweh. Yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau. And I laid his mountains," right, his government, "and his heritage," right, his customs, his ways, the way he lives, "waste for the dragons of the wilderness." Okay, and this is talking about, and this is what's going to happen in the latter days, the things that are about to come. Okay, the Lord said that He laid His mountains waste and laid His mountains and His heritage waste. Okay, but the ultimate thing is that we all know that Esau is going to be cut off forever. All right, and there's a reason why him and other nations are going to be cut off forever. All right, Esau can't find, he won't get no repentance. Okay, now the other nations, all right, they're not going to experience the same type of wicked punishment, type of punishment that Esau is, but they're still wicked nonetheless, and they still got a price to pay. Every nation has had their hand in the captivity of Israel as in some form of fashion in some time, okay, at some time. All right, but Obadiah 1:10 tells us clearly, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." Okay, "In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces," right, when we were getting invaded by the other nations, right, and they were taking us away, "and the foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them," right? So when these other nations came in and pillaged Israel, and naturally we deserved it because we went off, okay? But Esau was our brother, right? He was our brother, so he wasn't supposed to even partake of any of that shit that those other nations were doing to us. But it says in verse 12, "But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of their distress," or in the day of distress, right? So Esau shouldn't have even opened his mouth when we were going through that shit, right? When we was going through our persecution, he shouldn't have even been there. If anything, he should have shown remorse, but he didn't, right? It says, "Thou shalt not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity," right? You shouldn't have brought your ass into the city, casting lots for our things, right? Casting lots for our children, our women. "Thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape." So even when we was trying to get up out of the city, running, Esau's out there. He's taking out Israelites as they pass through. Damn demon. "Neither should thou have stood in the crossway," Salakia. Verse 15, "For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen," right? Not just Esau, but all the heathen nations. Right? "As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee." Right? Because what did he do? We went into slavery, 16, 19 and on. Right? We're still in captivity. But in the beginning of our captivity, we were being what? The women are being raped, children murdered, cast to alligators for gator bait so they can catch the skins of the gators. Right? dealing with your woman and then sending her back to you. Impregnate her ass, right? And then expect for you to raise that shit. Right? And that's why there's a lot of chocolate-covered Edomites running around Israel. Okay? But Esau, he did all that. Perpetual hatred. And it says, thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Right? So the Lord's going to put all that shit he did to us in captivity, he's going to go through that shit. Guaranteed. Thus saith the Bible. Okay? Genesis 27:41. This talks about Esau's perpetual hate. And Esau hated Jacob because of his blessing wherewith his father blessed him, and said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand, and then I will slay my brother Jacob. Okay? So he's always had that hate in his heart for Israel, for Jacob. Alright? Jacob, his name was changed to Israel. In Hebrew, it's Yasha'Allah, which means prince. He is Prince Power. He Prince Power, literally. Okay? So we are the prince of a power of the Most High God, Yahweh Shah. Okay? Now Esau and these other nations have always plotted against us, right? And this is why these other nations and Esau have to be taken out and put under submission, i.e. slavery. Psalms 83:2. For lo, thine enemy make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. And this is King David speaking, right? He's speaking to the Lord. He says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, right? Who are the hidden ones today? We are. Because everybody is looked out, everybody, if they go back to they can trace their nationality, right? But our nationality was taken away from us, was stripped away from us. And we're given the title of so-called African American, Haitian, Cuban, Puerto Rican, okay? Negroes, Spics, Indians, right? These are proverbs and bywords that were given to us. So we are the hidden ones, okay? Salakia. And it says in Psalms 83:84, they have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And this is what Esau and the other nations have done. They've taken crafty counsel against the hidden ones, right? Saying to themselves, what? Let's cut them off from being a nation. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent, meaning they all agreed. So no one is innocent. None of these heathen nations are innocent, okay? They are confederate against the Yahweh. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, see, it's going to go into a list of nations, right? Of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, right? These so-called Jews, Amalekites. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, the Hamites. Ashur is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, the children of Lot are Ammon and Moab. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kison. Okay? So, at the end of the day, look, we're crying out to the Lord and asking for the Lord to pay back, to Esau and the heathen nations what they've done to us. Okay? And this is an example of one of the things they've done to us. Psalm 137:7. It says, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto king of Edom. Thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that has befallen us, right? Because we had just came out of fucking Egypt. Excuse my language, Salakia. We just came out of Egypt. We just came out of bondage, right? So it says, so Moses sends messengers to the king of Edom and says, thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that has befallen us, how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we dwelt in Egypt a long time. And the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried, right? Let me see. Oh, Salakia. This is actually now, I'm in Numbers 20 and 14. Psalms 137:7 says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. But Numbers 20 and 14, right? It gives a specific situation, right? When Moses and the children of Israel are trying to pass through the kingdom of Edom, Moses sends messengers to the king of Edom. Okay? In verse 15 it says, how our fathers went down to Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. Verse 16, and when we cried unto Yahweh, he heard our voice, and sent an angel, and hath brought us from forth out of Egypt, and behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the outermost part of thy border, right? Kadesh is on the border of Edom, Okay, so Moses sent messengers out there to say, hey, look, man, we're trying to get through this, pass through, because we just came out of captivity, all right? You know how, the Egyptians had us vexed and had us going through a whole bunch of shit, so we asked that you let us through, all right? Now, mind you, this is 400 plus years after they went into Egypt. So the nation of Edom is a huge nation, just like Israel's a nation, okay? And it says in verse 16, and we cried unto Yahweh, he heard our voice, and sent an angel, and hath brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the uttermost part of thy border. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right nor to the left until we have passed thy borders, right? And this is what Moses is telling to, speaking to the kingdom Edom through the messengers. And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. So Edom was trying to take us out without a cause. Just because we was trying to, we were trying to go through the country. We even said, we're not going to drink your water. We're not going to touch nothing that you got. Just let us pass through. The king said, hell no. It's not going down. Right? Yeah, and even when as far as to come out and threaten us to say, if you come near, we're going to come out there with swords. Verse 19, the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the highway. And if I and my cattle drink of the water, then will I pay for it. I will only, without doing any of these, go through on my feet. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him, and much people, and was strong, and with a strong hand. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his borders, wherefore Israel turned away. Okay? So at the end of the day, Esau and these other heathen nations, they gotta pay. They gotta pay. All right? And this is why, the Lord is coming back to avenge his people, because all the atrocities that's been done to the children of Israel. All right? Now, I didn't intend for this video to be long. All right? I hope y'all were edified through this video. And with that, I want to say shalom. Okay?